Welcome to this Legends Festival 2023 discussion video where I'm going to be going over all of the possible units and major updates that we could see during this Legends Festival. I'm even going to go over all of the possible ultras that we might see. Make sure you subscribe because I have so many other interesting videos other than just this one. We're going to jump right in and we're going to go over all of the possible characters we could see during Legends Festival. I'm going to break it down into three parts. The first part is going to be characters that I think we will definitely see. The second part is if those first characters don't show up, these are my next bets. And the third one is completely hypothetical, may or may not happen. To start off with, I think the one moment that we have not gotten in the game that we should be seeing is the Super Saiyan God form of some sort. Whether it's Super Saiyan God Goku, whether it's Super Saiyan God Vegeta, we need representation. There are no good Super Saiyan God units, and we haven't even gotten a summonable one for some time. So I think during Legends Festival, it is a good chance, there is a huge chance that we will see some sort of Super Saiyan God. Again, whether it's Goku, Vegeta, whatever, just give us God. This is another popular option that I think we will also see is a Tag Kaioken Tag Evolution Blue Vegeta during this Legends Festival. And there's a good chance it could be the headlining character too. I know we just had the Tournament of Power 4th anniversary, but I still think there's a chance that we could see them during this Legends Festival. We also only have one Kaioken Goku from that Tournament of Power saga, that being Ultra Kaioken Goku, who fell off very quickly. The last unit that I think we will definitely see is a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta of some sort. There's been discussion as to whether or not it'll be the Ultra, but I don't think it will be because there's no Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, and usually Legends like to follow up Gogetas with an identical counterpart, Vegito. But since there's no Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, I don't know how they're going to do that. So I think there's a good chance we will see him in Legends Limited form. Now, what would be really cool is if they made it so that there was a mid-battle fusing mechanic, because we don't have that in Legends yet. And during anniversaries and Legends festivals, they really like to release something that is game-breaking or game-altering. And so I think there's a strong chance we could see something that we've never seen before. And who better to do it than Gogeta, because then they could follow it up with a Vegito in the anniversary, making it even better. Now that we've gone over all of the highly possible units, I now want to go over some of the units that I don't know if we'll see, but if we don't see some of these first ones, there's a better chance we'll see some of them. First off being Kefla. As you guys know, we don't have a Legends Limited Kefla, which I think is funny because she is a huge moment in the Tournament of Power, and I honestly thought we were going to see her during the anniversary, but we never did. So I think Legends Festival, if they do decide to go to a Tournament of Power theme at some point, I think Kefla is a good target. But it is questionable as to whether or not they're going to go back to Universe Reps, considering how strong the tag is currently. Another Legends Limited or Ultra possibility would be a Father-Son Kamehameha Gohan. The last one we've had was the Red Zenkai one, and frankly, he's aged. I mean, he dominated in the meta for so long, but he again has aged. His animations are not as good as most units are today, so I think it is time to give this man an update. I wonder if they would do an Ultra for this guy though. I definitely think that it is possible he could be an Ultra, but I wouldn't mind him being in Legends Limited form either. The last unit that I think is entirely possible is some sort of preparation mode Goku when he's charging the Spirit Bomb. I don't know what saga they would pick, but it would likely be the Majin Buu saga, considering the tag is not that strong despite the buffs that they had before with the Buu Bros. Plus, it's just a really cool moment to have in the game, and I think now that animations are up to date, I think the Spirit Bomb could look really, really freaking cool, and I do think that is a hype moment in the anime. And since the only other moment we have of this is the really old LF Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but he's done. I mean, he has a Platinum equipment, he has a Zenkai, there's not really much we can do for him. Okay, now that we've gone over all the secondary possibilities, now I'm going to go over just shots in the dark. I doubt these would happen, but if they were to, that would be pretty cool. First up is going to be a Legends Limited Super Saiyan Broly from the Z Saga, not the Broly movie, because the Broly movie we have a Transforming one, we have a Legends Limited one, and we also have an Ultra Broly from the Z Saga, but we don't have a Legends Limited one. I don't know if they would really do this during Legends Festival, but I do think it is entirely possible that he could show up because we don't have him, and a lot of people have been asking for him for a while too. This would be a real big shot in the dark, and I don't think they would do this considering Orange Piccolo released during the anniversary, but I think it would be cool if we saw a preparation mode tag Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. I think that we will at some point see this moment in the game. I would love it if this happened during this Legends Festival, but I doubt it because of the fact that, again, Orange Piccolo released so early and Beast Gohan hasn't aged that much, so I would completely understand if this didn't happen. But it's a Hail Mary, it's like I said, definitely probably won't happen, but it's still a possibility, right? I mean, anything's possible, right? This last unit is a little bit contradictory considering the fact that Legends Festival is targeted towards Gogeta, but I think it'd be cool if we saw a future tag Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. I think we should see that green card that the old red Super Saiyan Blue Goku has, but in a more modernized form, and the Vegeta, the Green Legends Limited Future Vegeta, needs an update. So I think it would not actually be a bad idea if we combine the two and put them together for a tag unit. Now this one is kind of a little bit iffy, because if they did decide to implement a mid-battle fusing mechanic with the tag 4s, I don't think they would do this for the celebration, because they would probably say that for the anniversary when we get a Vegeta unit, or I guess in this case this would be the Vegeta unit. However, I still do think it'd be cool to see if we don't see a mid-battle fusing mechanic this Legends Fest. This next unit is gonna be another Tournament of Power themed unit, but I feel like there's just so much that happens in Tournament of Power that hasn't been covered in Legends yet. This unit I'm talking about I don't really know how they would do this, to be honest with you, but it would be some sort of Universe 17, where the moment when 17, Frieza, Vegeta, Goku, and Gohan all team up to attack, I forget who it was, but they all team up and they do this crazy attack. It's like this crazy beam attack. That would be so cool if we got to see that in game as like an LF. I think that would be a really cool unit, but again, I don't know how that would work, because that would be like a group unit, which we've never seen before. They'd probably have to do, I don't really know how that would work, but you know, I just think it'd be a cool moment to have in the game, and Dokkan has it, so we should too. This last unit largely depends on whether or not Gogeta is going to appear as a Legends Limited or an Ultra. If Gogeta is a Legends Limited, there's a chance that we could see an Ultra Corrupt Zamasu. This guy has so many cool moments in the anime that have not been represented yet in the game. And I think we especially should see the scream that Corrupt Zamasu does when he's first becoming corrupt with his little arm, when he's screaming for Goku, and when they also fuse into Vegeta when they fight. I think that would be really cool, again, if Gogeta does not appear as an Ultra. But considering Ultras don't release that often, I can also just see him being a standalone Ultra, so we'll see what happens. Wow, that was a lot of talking. Anyways, now we're going to move on to some huge updates that I would love to see, and I'm sure many other people in the community would also love to see. Now, a lot of this, I don't know if it'll actually happen. This is mostly just speculation and theorizing on my end. So I'm going to give you some of my ideas that I think could spice up PvP and make it better for everybody and more fun. First things first, we got Quick Attack added last year during the anniversary when MUI came out because of how freaking passive that people played when they used him. But I'm thinking, what if instead of a Quick Attack, we do a Quick Blast? So you know how there's the taps, right? Well, what if we make it so that maybe you can charge up, I mean, this kind of, it wouldn't really be quick. I was just kind of doing that because, you know, Quick Attack, Quick Blast, it kind of sound cool. Anyways, what if we had it so that you could charge up a Ki Blast instead of tapping? So if you held down, like, let's say there was some like command that you could input, like by swiping or tapping, I don't know how it would work, or maybe there's a button on your screen where you could charge up a bigger Ki Blast. It'd be like a tap shot, but it does increase damage, so you can stay at long range. And then if you land it, then it does that stun that the Quick Attack does, where they can't perfect vanish you for a brief window. I think that'd be really cool. Maybe it takes like 15 Ki. I think it'd just be something cool to spice up PvP. It would make the game a little bit more skill-based, which I think is why Quick Attack was such a good implementation, is because it has created such a skill diversity in the game, which is something that we largely needed. This second update that I would like to talk about would be entirely a PvE update, and that is some sort of team attack. So we have the Rising Rush, but I'm talking about something smaller. Something that's like, instead of a Rising Rush, we have to build up Dragon Balls. Maybe as you use attacks, you can build up a bar, which, let's say I use 5 strike cards, 2 blast cards, I've used 7 attacks, or 10, or whatever the number is. There should be a button that should pop up somewhere on my screen that I can click, which will do some unique animation where all 3 of my members will attack. Throughout whatever PvE fight you're doing, it'll constantly refill, so you can constantly do more and more team attacks. And hopefully they would make it so that there'd be unique animations. Like, maybe it does the exact same amount of damage every time, or depending on, you know, your multipliers, but the animation changes a little bit, so that way there's a little bit of uniqueness when you do a team attack, so it's not like the Rising Rush where the animation is the exact same every time. I'm talking like, maybe one time you uppercut him, someone kicks him, and then someone blasts him. Another time you blast him, someone kicks, like, some diversity, so it feels unique. Something that would make PvE a little bit more fun, something more engaging. Don't mention arts boosting to me for PvE, because all that did was create more of a gap between experienced players and new players, considering experienced players probably have the resources to arts boost a lot of characters that they have, and new players can probably only do 1 or 2 every couple months. And yes, if you couldn't tell, I don't like arts boosting, and I don't think they should have ever added it. This last gameplay update would be absolutely huge, and I don't know if they would do this soon, but that would be to completely overhaul the guild system. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you could be in a guild for months participate in so many events, win your guild wars 10 times over, and you will barely have enough rewards to get a 30 Z power for a 6-star or higher character, whatever it is. The guild system is trash, and I feel like if they reworked it, took some time to make it better, people would actually use it, and it would be a really cool system that we would have in the game. I don't know what specifically they could do, but they just need to rework it. The guild system is terrible. It shouldn't even be in the game, to be honest. That's how useless it is. It really is just a tool for you to be with your friends in the same party and make yourselves look cool. This last thing I want to talk about is probably the biggest thing that I'm going to talk about in this video. Yeah, I know, even over Ultra characters. If you guys watched the Battle Hour this year where Ultra Rosé was announced, you would know that they made a game mode that would be awesome to have in Legends right now. That game mode is a draft-based game mode, which is where you will get a random selection of characters, your opponent will get a random selection of characters, and you can pick and choose from them. You can ban characters, and then you can pick characters to make your party and fight each other. Now, I don't think they would keep the random part of it because that kind of ruins the whole point of the gacha system, which is getting characters and getting to use them for yourself. So I think what they could do is make it like this. You start with a selection of 12 characters that you chose. Your opponent gets to ban 3 of your characters, and you get to ban 3 of your opponent's characters. You pick 3 of your characters, your opponent picks 3 of their characters, and then you both ban 3 again, and then pick 3 again until you form a party of 6, and then you have to fight with that party. This way, you can have so many different strategies. Like, for example, you could maybe target your opponent's Z abilities to maybe make it so that their team is going to be a little bit weird in terms of Z ability, or maybe target their best characters, maybe target annoying characters, whatever. There are so many different strategies you can do. And then when it comes to actual gameplay, maybe you've banned the most annoying characters in the game that you hate going up against. Well, now you have a chance to win. Maybe maybe he had 6 14-star units and you only had 3. Well, you can ban all 6 of them. Boom. Now you have a better chance of winning. I think this is a great mode that they should be adding in Legends. I actually was shocked when they did it during Battle Hour and then didn't implement it into the game. Anyways, that is all for this Legends video. I know it was really long, but there was a lot I wanted to talk about. This Legends Festival has a lot of potential, considering the fact that we've seen most of the important moments in the game, most of the big moments. I think it's now time to start reworking the game, rework the guild system, make new game modes, spice up the game, make the game feel almost brand new when it comes to PvP, like what Quick Attack did. Anyways, that was a lot of talking. Goodbye.